Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Jai Bola Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandan Raja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Raja Janaranjana Munatira Vanachari Munatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Jai Vishnupada Paramsa Parivrajacharya अश्वसत श्रीमदे श्री भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की, ब्रह्मचारी हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री द्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरा धाम की, मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगामय की, यमुनामय की, तुलसी महारानी की, शिला प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल डिस्कशन प्रोग्राम की, श्री श्री राधारास बिहारी ललिता विशाखा की, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण मान की, श्री श्री गौर निताई की, शिला प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. आपका चेक डिपॉजिट नहीं किया, किधर रख दिया मालूम नहीं। आपने चेक दिया था ना? पता नहीं किधर रख दिया। है बैठो।
आज सीता नवमी है।
कितने बार बोलना पड़ेगा?
You are not making correct. It is correct. These are regular people. Very good support. Very good.
हरे कृष्णा। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 10, Text number 11. Nine point 10.11. रक्षोदमेन वृकवद् विपिने समक्षम् वैदेहराज दुहितरि अप्याय अपीतायम् भ्रात्रावने कृपणवत् प्रियया वियुक्तः स्त्रीसंगिनां गतिमिति प्रतयंश्च चचार रक्षोदमेन वृकवद्विपिने समक्षम् वैदेहराज दुहितरि अपयापितायम् भ्रात्रावने कृपणवत् प्रियया वियुक्तः स्त्रीसंगिनां गतिमिति प्रतयांश्च चचार रक्षोदमेन वृकवद्विपिने असमक्षम् वैदेहराज दुहितरि अपयापितायम् भ्रात्रावने कृपणवत् प्रियया वियुक्तः स्त्रीसंगिनां गतिमिति प्रतयंश्च चार बोलो बोलिए बोलिए Rakshah Adamena, by the most wicked among Rakshasas, Ravana, Vrikavat, like a tiger, Vipine, in the forest, Asamaksham, unprotected, Vaideha Duhitari, by this condition of Mother Sita, the daughter of King Videha, Apayapitayam, having been kidnapped, Bratra, with his brother, Vane, in the forest, Krupanavat, as if a very distressed person, Priyaya, by his dear wife, Viyuktaha, separated, Stri Sanginam, of persons attracted to are connected with women, Gatim, destination, iti, thus. Pratayan, giving an example. Chachara, wandered. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada. When Ramchandra entered the forest and Lakshmana was also absent, the worst of the Rakshasas, Ravana, kidnapped Sita Devi, the daughter of the king of Videha, just as a tiger seizes unprotected sheep when the shepherd is absent. When Lord Ramchandra wandered in the forest with his brother Lakshmana, as if very much distressed due to separation from his wife, thus he showed by his personal example the condition of a person attached to women. Purport. In this verse, the words Sri Sanginam Gatimiti indicate that condition of a person attached to women was shown by the Lord himself. According to moral instructions, Gruhe Narim Vivarjayet. When one goes on a tour, one should not bring his wife. No Vrindavana Yatras for all. Formerly, men used to travel without conveyances, but still, as far as possible, when one leaves home, one should not take his wife with him, especially if one is in such a condition as Lord Ramchandra, when banished by the order of his father. Whether in the forest or at home, if one is attached to women, this attachment is always troublesome, as shown by the Supreme Personality of Godhead by his personal example. Of course, this is a material side of Sri Sangi, but the situation of Lord Ramchandra is spiritual, for he does not belong to the material world. Narayana Paravyakta. Narayana is beyond the material creation. Because he is the creator of the material world, he is not subject to the condition of the material world. The separation of Lord Ramchandra from Sita is spiritually understood as Vipralamba, which is an activity of the Hladini potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, belonging to the Shringar Rasa, the mellow of conjugal love in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has all the dealings of love, displaying the symptoms called Satvika, Sanchari, Vilapa, Murcha and Unmada. Thus, when Lord Ramchandra was separated from Sita, all the spiritual symptoms were manifested. The Lord is neither impersonal nor impotent. Rather, he is Satchidananda Vigraha, the eternal form of knowledge and bliss. Thus, he has all the symptoms of spiritual bliss. Feeling separation from one's beloved is also an item of spiritual bliss. As explained by Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami, Radha Krishna Pranay Vikriti Hladini Shakti. The dealings of love between Radha and Krishna are displayed as the pleasure potency of the Lord. The Lord is the original source of all pleasure, the reservoir of all pleasure. Lord Ramchandra therefore manifested the truth both spiritually and materially. Materially, those who are attached to women suffer, but spiritually, when there are feelings of separation between the Lord and his pleasure potency, the spiritual bliss of the Lord increases. This is further explained in Bhagavad Gita. Avajananti mamudha manushim tanumashritam parambhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. One who does not know the spiritual potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead thinks of the Lord as an ordinary human being. But the Lord's mind, intelligence and senses can never be affected by material conditions. This fact is further explained in the Skanda Purana. Nitya Purna Sukajnana Swarupo Sau Yato Vibhuhu Atosya Rama Iti Akya Tasya Dukkham Kuto Anva Api Tatapi Loka Sikshartham Adukho Dukkhavartivat Antarhitam Loka Drishtya Sitamasit Smaran Iva Jnanapartham Punarnitya Sambandha Swatmanaha Shriyaha Ayodhyaya Vinirgachan Sarvalokasya Cheshwaraha Pratyaksham tu Shriyasartham Jagaman Manadir Avyayaha Nakshatra Masa Ganitam Trayodasa Sahasrakam Brahmaloka Samam Chakre Samastam Shitimandalam. Ramo Rama iti sarvesham abhavat tada sarva ramamayo loko yada ramastva apalayat. It was actually impossible for Ravana to take away Sita. The form of Sita taken by Ravana was an illusory representation of Mother Sita, Maya Sita. When Sita was tested in the fire, this Maya Sita was burnt and the real Sita came out of the fire. A further understanding to be derived from this example is that a woman, however powerful she may be in the material world, must be given protection, for as soon as she is unprotected, she will be exploited by Rakshasas like Ravana. Here the words Vaideha Raja Duhitari indicate that before Mother Sita was married to Lord Ramchandra, she was protected by her father Vaideha Raja, and when she was married, she was protected by her husband. Therefore, the conclusion is that a woman should always be protected. According to the Vedic rule, there is no scope for a woman's being independent, for a woman cannot protect herself independently. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Vita Shri Vishakanitamscha Karna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Upesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwanu Sudevi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaurabhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today we have celebrated Sita Navami, just like we celebrated Ram Navami. So Bhagwan Ramchandra's appearance day. So today we celebrated Sita Navami, Srimati Sita Devi's appearance day. So I will speak something about Mother Sita. Mother Sita and Lord Rama. One devotee, one Malayali devotee used to speak like this. Mother Sita or Lord Rama. Lord. So there is one sage. Lakshmi's Amsha, she took birth in his family as Vedavati. So she, right from the childhood, she only desired. She was a very, very extraordinarily beautiful girl. So right from the childhood, she only desired Lord Vishnu as her husband. We have seen it's not very easy to get a good husband, right? Every girl desires dark and handsome, rich, बड़ा गाड़ी में आएगा. So all the girls, they dream, but just like that you don't get. There is one song, there is a joke, जब हम जवां होंगे जाने कहाँ होंगे. फिर that girl was saying, ये इधर ससुराल में रहेंगे, आटा पीसेंगे. Right? So in order to get a good husband, you have to do tapasya. Right? Mother Parvati, she did tapasya for a long time, and then she got Lord Shiva as her husband. Then Prabhupada says, in order to get a good husband, girls are advised to worship Lord Shiva. Right? एसी लगाना पड़ेगा. एसी वाल ढूंढो. On Instagram I saw some ad, portable AC. लेके चलना पड़ेगा. So she was doing tapasya, right? She was doing tapasya. Then Ravanasur, he was on Digvijay Yatra. Like in Ramayana it is described that Ravanasur was a very, very handsome man. And when Hanuman entered Lanka, then he entered his palace. He saw women belonging to various categories. Earthly women, Vidyadhara, Kinnara, Kimpurusha, Swargaloka, Apsaras, all kinds of women. He has got wives. And then most of them desired to marry him. Like that. But Kamayesha, Krodayesha, Rajoguna Samudbhavaha, this Kama can never be satisfied. So even though he has hundreds and thousands of wives of various categories, of various levels of beautiful women, still he is not satisfied. Whenever he would see some beautiful woman, he would try to possess her. But every woman is not available. There are so many chaste women who are not willing to accede to their demands. So actually, there is one Shivashma Placha. He says Ravanasur, Lord Ramchandra cut Ravanasur into 101 pieces because Ravanasur raped 101 women. But of course it's not in Ramayana. So Ravanasur attacked. He was going around, then he saw Vedavati doing tapasya, he became attracted to her. Then he wanted to enjoy with her. Then she said, I am only interested in, worshipping Lord, marrying Lord Vishnu, so I don't belong to anybody else. Then Ravanasur said, no, who is Lord Vishnu? I am everything. So he tried to capture her. So as soon as he touched her, Vedavati said, I will, because you touched my body became contaminated. I am giving up this body. So you will, then I will take birth again, but I will be the cause of your death. Like that. So the same Vedavati, she appeared in a pond in Sri Lanka. Ravanasur found that girl. Then he took her. Then the astrologers saw. Then they said, this girl will be the cause of your death. Please remove, get rid of her. Then Ravanasur immediately threw her in the ocean. Right? वो तो कारण जन्मी है, means she took birth to cause, so like Pandavas, Karana Janma means they have taken birth for a purpose, so nobody can kill them. That's what Bhishma Dev said. I don't want to kill Pandavas, and not only me, nobody can kill Pandavas because they are Karana Janmas. So like that. So then somehow from the ocean water she reached Mithila Nagar. Right? Mithila Nagar. Our Ravanasur, we are very, very fortunate. We don't have Rakshasas like Ravanasur and his chelas. Right? There are Rakshasas like Hitler and Stalin. इसको इधर रखो. So Ravanasur and this, he occupied Lanka, from Kubera, Golden Lanka. Then he set up a camp. He set up a camp in Janasthan. Right? Janasthan. Where is Janasthan? Janasthan. Nasik, near Nasik. Janasthan. So from there, this Kara and Dushana, along with 14,000 Rakshasas, they were operating. Their operations from Janasthan. Then there are these Rakshasas headed by Tataka and her sons Marichi and Subahu. And they, whenever they would, these rishis, Treta Yuga, what is the Yuga Dharma of Treta Yuga? What is Yuga Dharma of Treta Yuga? कृते यद ध्यायतो विष्णु त्रेतायम यज्ञतो मखै द्वापरे परिचर्यायाम कलौ हरि कीर्तना. बोलो, all of you should know this verse. You know this verse? बोलो, कृते यद ध्यायतो विष्णु त्रेतायम यज्ञतो मखै द्वापरे परिचर्यायाम कलौ तद हरि कीर्तना. So Yuga Dharma, like we are doing Yuga Dharma, Hari Kirtan. So in Treta Yuga, all the sages, they used to do yajnas. So like our Aurangzeb, he levied jizya tax. You know jizya tax? You know? History pass नहीं किया? You know? History. Bombay वाले पूरी in geography, history. No, Aurangzeb levied jizya tax. You know, that is where so many Hindus have converted to Islam. Yeah? Because all these poor Hindus, who cannot pay jizya tax. They were converted into, they said, either you convert to Islam or you pay jizya tax. Right? Yeah, like that. So, Ravanasur levied a tax. All the sages, whoever wants to perform a yajna, they have to give 1 liter blood from their body. Blood donation camp.
Squeezing. Blood squeezing.
Yeah, blood squeezing. So like that, they were collecting so much blood. And it was stored in Lanka. And in that time, refrigeration facilities are not there. And then, of course, this Kumbhakarna, when he is awake, instead of drinking water, he would drink hot blood. They would cut the heads of animals and then gada 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 gada. They used to drink like blood. There was very beautiful description of Yuddhakanda, how Kumbhakarna used to fight. No fighting. When Vanaras used to come, he would catch them, put them in the mouth. Catch them and put them in the mouth. Like that. So much blood was collected. Then the doctors, Ayurvedic doctors of Lanka, warned Ravanasur that this blood is becoming contaminated. If you keep it for some more time, epidemic will spread in Lanka. Please throw it. Right? Once Ravanasur, he had to face defeat in the hands of Janak Maharaj and Dashrath Maharaj combined. So he was kunnas with Janak Maharaj, Mithila Nagar. So they said, go and take this blood and throw it in the Mithila Nagar. क्या सोच रही है? So they throw it in the blood, in the Mithila Nagar, and then Mithila Nagar became, that land became infertile. Land became infertile, and then there was a drought. They are not able to produce any food from. Then the astrologers, the Brahmanas advised Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, that please perform an yajna. For that, the king himself has to plow the land with a golden plow. So when the Maharaj Janak was plowing the land, he found Sita. So what is the meaning of Sita?
Daughter of.
Huh?
Part of that now which.
Yeah. Yeah, that part where he touched it, that is called Sita. Sita. Right. Later on, so Sita ji, Draupadi and Mandodari, I think, they are Ayonija. What? Ayonija. Ayonija means? What is Ayonija? From the womb. They are not. So Draupadi, Sita ji's their birth is superior to, like Draupadi's birth is superior to Arjuna, then Sita ji's birth superior to Lord Ramchandra, because she did not go in the womb. Lord Ramchandra took birth from the womb. But that is why the match, the Janak Maharaj thought, this girl is Divya, transcendental. So I should find a Divya Purusha to marry her. For that, he has to subdue Divya Dhanush. Divya Dhanush. Like that. Later on, when Sita and Ram, when they met Maharaj, Atri Muni and Anasuya, Sati Anasuya. You know, they at that time Sita ji, she told about her own birth, because you are born out of that edge of that plow, you know, she will be known as Sita, but because of her mercy on Janak Maharaj, she will be known as Janaka Nandini, Janaki, Maithili. Right? So they never had this idea that she was found in the earth. That is why they brought her as their, as his own daughter. That is why Janak Maharaj says, when he was giving her hand to Ramchandra, Iyam Sita Mama Suta Sahadharmi Jarni Tava. Like that he says Mama Suta. Like that he always have this feeling that Mama Suta, my daughter, because he never had that feeling, oh, she was found in the earth. That is why she is also known as Bhumi Suta. Sita ji is known as Bhumi Suta. So anyway, yesterday I gave a lecture. It is available on the channel. Please hear to that channel my lecture on how Sita ji convinced Lord Ramchandra to go to the forest. I explained very elaborately. So I mentioned yesterday that when Lord Ramchandra is 40 years old, he left Sita in the forest. Valmiki Muni is considered as her brother, because Valmiki was found in the ant hill, right? Sometimes when a husband leaves the wife, she has to go to her brother's place only. So that is why Valmiki is considered her brother, Sita ji's brother. Then, like in Gorigam Katha, I have explained very elaborately how Valmiki Muni was blessed by Brahmaji to write Ramayana. After he composed Ramayana, he named it as Sitaya Charitam Paulastyavada. You know who is Paulastya? Sitaya Charitam Paulastyavada. Paulastyavada means grandson of Pulastya Muni. Right? Grandson. Pulastya Muni, son Vishwashrava, and then his son was Ravan. Paulastyavada, like that. So he named it as Sitaya Charitam Paulastyavada. Later on it became Ramayana and all that. But actually Ramayana is the story of Sita. Right? All other Lakshmi's incarnations, like Rukmini, Satyabhama, whoever, their roles are very limited and they are not main roles. The Mahabharata or Bhagavatam doesn't revolve around Rukmini or Satyabhama or anybody, but the entire Ramayana revolves around Sita. Then after that, Valmiki Muni, he composed Ramayana. Ramayana is a kavyam. You can take a veena and compose ragas all these verses, they can be sung by playing veena. They are ragabadda. All this, they are kavitas, poems like that. So, then Lava and Kusha, then Valmiki Muni, he was thinking to whom to, hand over this Ramayana. Then he saw these two boys, very intelligent, singing very nicely, and then he taught, Ramayana to Lavakush. And then Lavakush went and they were playing veena and singing beautifully Ram Katha, and then they were going around like that. There is one movie, Lavakusha, in Telugu. N.T. Ramarao and some of the ladies there. Anjali, no? Anjali. So very nicely depicted Lavakusha. If you want, maybe YouTube you can watch it. It's very nice. So very nicely presented Lavakusha. So Lavakusha, they started singing, and then Ramchandra came to know that these boys are singing. Then Ramchandra called them in his palace, and then there is a huge palace. Unlike now parliaments, nowadays parliaments where politicians, opposition, government MPs and all, they start fighting with each other. But previously it was not like that. There was hardly any problems in the country. So they were only discussing Ram Katha, Krishna Katha, Ramayana and all that. So then there is a huge assembly, all the ministers and everybody assembled. Ramchandra was sitting on the throne. Then Lavakusha started singing. So Ramchandra started enjoying so much Katha. Then if he comes down, if he would get up and then comes down, then there will be disturbance in Katha. Right? So that is why step by step, one step each, slowly, he came down. Then he was sitting among the people. Then they were narrating, Sita Charitam, Sita's Katha. Then Ramchandra was enjoying so much enjoying. They were also, people also, he was sitting among common people and hearing Sita Katha. And then they would, slap on the back. Arey kya bola hai, kya bola hai? Ramchandra. Then Ramchandra also, arey kya bola? He would also slap. He would also like that. So the question was arised that how come Ramchandra is enjoying his own katha, Ramayana, but the answer is given. It is not Ram Katha, it is Sita Katha. That is why he was enjoying so much. He is appreciating Lavakusha, that they are describing Sita's qualities and Sita's glories so nicely, like that. Sometimes they say Ramayanam. Ramayana means, Rama means Sita. Like that. Anyway, when Sita and Ram, they were having discussion. Sita convinced Lord Ramchandra. Sita convinced Lord Ramchandra that I will also come with you. Then Ramchandra comes out, and then Lakshman was hearing all these things. And then Ramchandra comes out and he embraces Lakshmana. Goodbye, Lakshman. We will meet after 14 years. Please take care. Then Lakshman said, why are you going back on your words? Then Ramchandra asked, when did I promise you that I will take you? Then what did Lakshman reply? Anybody remembers? Huh? Very good. Right? But when Rama started his conversation with Sita, said, I am going to the forest for 14 years. Bharata will be my king. Be subservient to him. When Bharata and Shatrughna, when they commit any mistakes, please forgive them. Don't take, consider them your brothers. All that stuff. So Lakshmana was hearing. Said, you didn't say that take care of Bharata, Lakshmana and Shatrughna. You only said you take care of Bharata and Shatrughna. That means I am coming with you. Then you are using plural. हम बोल रहे थे, ekavachan, dvivachan and bahuvachan. So you are using bahuvachan. Bahuvachan means more than two. That means you, Sita and myself. Rama was smiling. I said, okay. Then he was trying to convince Lakshman that in my absence, you have to take care of father, my mother also, all that. Then Lakshman said, just like fish, in a lake, when the fish survives as long as fish is in the water. The lotus flower also survives as long as it is in water. When it comes out, it just fades away. In the same way, I cannot survive without you. Then Dasharatha Maharaj and all, they can take care of themselves. Then, anyway, when Ramchandra was not still listening, he fell at the lotus feet of Sita. Then he prayed to Sita, please tell your husband to take me. Then Sita actually indicated. I said, okay. So there is a tattva involved, with Purushakara, they say, Shri Vaishnavas, that without approaching Sita, without the approval of Sita, we cannot get the shelter of Lord Ramchandra. That is why there is a story Sita ji tells Hanuman. Sita ji tells Hanuman that I will, okay, Hanuman brings Ram Nam Mudrika, Anguti. How will Rama know that you met me? Right? She doesn't have anything. Right? Then she told Hanuman that you tell this story, which Rama and myself only know. When you tell this story to Rama, then he will recognize that you met me. Oh, what is that story? One day, Ramchandra, he was sleeping on the lap of Mother Sita. And Indra's son, Jayant, he saw the beauty of Mother Sita and he became attracted. Then he came in the form of a crow and then he started pecking on her chest. But Sita ji did not want to, your son? Safe hai na? Dekh lo. Usually, when the husbands and sleep and all, ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए वाइफ्स को, राइट? पानी डाल देने का, कभी कभी कोई लात मार दे. So she didn't want to disturb Ramchandra. He is sleeping very peacefully and happily. Then she kept quiet. Then this crow started pecking more on her chest. So because of constant pecking, blood started flowing. That blood has touched Ramchandra and then he woke up. So Ramchandra has so much love for Sita, and as soon as he saw what happened? Then he understood. Right? He understood. Then he took a piece of grass, then chanted Brahmastra. Right? That is in Telugu there is a saying, पक्षी के ऊपर ब्रह्मास्त्र प्रयोग किया. छोटा पक्षी है, उसके मारने के लिए ब्रह्मास्त्र का राइट ऐसा बोलते हैं ना. नाखून से जो निकल जाता है उसको कुल्हाड़ी को यूज हिंदी में कुछ कहावत है.
नाखून काटने के लिए तलवार.
हाँ,
नाखून काटने के लिए तलवार यूज करते.
नहीं जो नाखून से निकल जाता है उसको तलवार यूज क्यों करने का. राइट ऐसा कहावत है. सो poor fellow, this crow, he released Brahmastra, and then he was going around all over the world. Please save me, please save me, please save me. So Brahmaji himself refused. Now I cannot say. Indra refused, Lord Shiva refused, everybody refused. Then they suggested, go to Ramchandra only. Right? Go to Ramchandra only. Surrender to Ramchandra. He is Sharanagata Vatsala. Like that. He is Sharanagata Vatsala. Then he came all over again, flying, and then he became very tired. He was always on the verge of dying. He had no strength left. So Panchavati, he came all the way from the all over the world trip. He came. Then when he last leg, he became very tired. He was very dead tired. He had no strength. He fell few feet away from Ramchandra. He could not fall at the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra. Right? So Mother Sita saw this bird that he wanted to surrender to Ramchandra. So she took the bird and then kept him at the lotus feet of Ramchandra, and then told him that give shelter to him. So in Sri Vaishnava circles, they like Ramayana is known as Sharanagati Gadya. Sharanagati, every kanda there is a Sharanagati, and then their process is Saranagati. We say Harinam Sankirtan. So in Sri Vaishnava they say Sharanagati, Prapanna, Prapatti bolte hain. Their process is Prapatti, Sharanagati. How to, once you surrender to Ramchandra or Krishna or Vishnu or anybody, then it is not our problem, they say. वो उनका काम है हमको deliver करने का. Like that is their philosophy. So Prapatti. So for Prapatti, Sita has to give approval. And then she is very, very merciful. When Hanuman entered Ashokvan, he saw how these Rakshasi women, they were torturing Sita very badly. Then that Trijata, Trijata. Who is Trijata? Vibhishan's daughter. Trijata. She was very favorable to Sita, and she used to save Sita from these Rakshasis and their torture. And they are very bhayankar looking, very ugly. And, they used to give all kinds of kalis and torturing her, forcing her to, praising Ravana in front of her. And then you are such a foolish lady. Ravanasura is like this, Ravanasura is like that. He will make you Pataprani, Patrani. What is there with that, Vanavasi Ram? Chhod do usko. Like that, they used to torture her. So after the war was over, then Trijata told, that I got a very beautiful dream. Right? I got a very beautiful dream where Ramchandra is coming on white horse and then taking Sita, and then I saw Ravanasur, going on a donkey towards southern side, drinking oil. If somebody gets a dream like that, इसका मतलब जाने का टाइम आ गया. Like that. So those who are favorable to Sita, they will be saved. Otherwise, everybody will be killed. Like that. Then somehow she is to manage the situation. So after the war was over, Hanumanji comes. Please, mother, please give me permission that I want to kill all these ladies who have tortured you. Then he caught them. What did Mother Sita do, What did she do? First time in her life, she had high regard and all for Hanuman. But first time she called him Bandar. बंदर का बुद्धि है. So she don't touch them, don't do anything. It's not their mistake. They are following their Swami's order. I have no, बोलते हैं गिला शिकवा, right? हिंदी में वर्ड है ना, गिला शिकवा. I have no गिला शिकवा with them, so leave them. So that is her mercy. There is one great Acharya, he explains, Shivashi Maplacharya, that Sita always followed Pativratya Dharma. Always remember this, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshati. If you protect Dharma, if you follow Dharma, Dharma will protect you. Right? There was a situation where many of the warriors in Ravana's camp, they were getting killed. They were getting killed. All his sons, one by one, getting killed. Ravanasur became very, very furious after Indrajit was killed. He was his favorite son, Indrajit. He became so angry that everything is happening because of this Sita. So he took a very special Chandrahasa Kadg, that I will go and kill Sita today itself. Right? So the Acharya is explaining that Sita's husband is not in the town, and there were no well-wishers in Lanka, and then Ravanasur is very, very powerful. How she can be saved in such a situation? Right? Death is certain, right? Where is who can protect her? And then they would dare to speak to Ravanasur. He would not like anybody giving him advice. So he was going very, very angrily to kill Sita. How she will be protected? Her dharma has protected her. So the Acharyas say that because she followed dharma, one Brahmana in Lanka, when Ravanasur was going very angrily, he stopped him. Everybody is talking that you are Trilok Vijayi, Trilok Vijayi. Now if you kill a woman, what will happen to your reputation? It is very, very adharmic. You know, if you are so angry, go and kill the person who killed your brothers and your sons. What purpose you achieve by killing Sita? Right? And that Brahmana is not very powerful or known person or anything. You know, but those words acted on Ravanasur because see, Dharma is protecting, her Dharma is protecting Sita. Right? So, from Ramayana, there are many incidences like that where Dharma protected. Right? So, that is why Sita ji said, when Hanumanji's tail was, fire was put on Hanumanji's tail, when these Rakshasis informed Sita that they put fire to the tail of Hanuman, because they saw Hanuman talking to Sita ji. Then they thought that there is some connection, there is some, why they are not talking like that. So then they came and informed Sita. Then Sita, it is said that in this regard also, the Acharyas they say, before asking anything from the Lord, you should give something to the Lord. And then what Lord wants, Lord is Dharma Priya. You should give Dharma to Ram, you should give Dharma to Krishna. Then you ask something. So that is why she said, if at all, if I am not deviated from my Pativratya Dharma, then I only thought about Ramchandra. If at all, I have perfectly followed all my vratas and all. Let the fire doesn't touch, doesn't affect Hanuman. Then Hanumanji said, the Lanka was burning, but I didn't feel anything. That later on he understood why his tail was, the fire was not affecting him. Then he acknowledges that by the mercy and the blessings and the prayers of Mother Sita, nothing happened to me, even though my tail was put on fire. Like that. This is a very salient point from Ramayana, that follow Dharma and Dharma will protect. Anyway, there are so many things to tell. One thing I will tell and finish the lecture. The beauty of Ramayana is, and millions and millions and millions of monkeys, they accompanied Ramchandra and Sugriva and Ramchandra to fight with Ravana. They have got nothing to do with this war. Right? If they win this war, not that they are going to get some kingdom, or they will get some, dakshina or whatever. Ramchandra is penniless. What he will give? And then they didn't even see Sita so far. None of them they saw, Sita, because by the time they met Sugriva and all, Sita was lost. They only saw there is some lady going. So they never saw Sita. Then in this verse that we have read, Ramchandra was crying, Sita, 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 Sita. Like a lampat, So Hanumanji was thinking, kya hai? Right? Usually vice versa, you know, the girls they cry, मेरे को छोड़ दिया, मेरे को छोड़ दिया. पूरा कपड़े गिला हो जाते हैं रो रो के. ब्रेकअप हो गया, ब्रेकअप हो गया. राइट. आदमी तो बिंदास पार्टी करते हैं, है ना. लेकिन इधर उल्टा है. रामचंद्र इज क्राइंग, सीता सीता सीता. सो हनुमान जी सोचा था क्या है, क्या चल रहा है. Then he had some, why he is crying like that? Man enough, be man enough. Then when first time when Hanuman saw Sita ji, then he spoke to her. Then he thought, how Rama is living without Sita? So they say that initially he is Rama Bhakta, later on he became Sita. Anyway, very nice. When Hanumanji comes back, Ramchandra, he said, what can I give you? You know, there is nothing, the service you have done, you know, there is nothing in this world, you know, that I can give you and satisfy. You know, then first time in his life, other than Sita, he embraced Hanuman. So embracing somebody means giving himself to that person. Hanuman, Ramchandra Bhagwan. He would ask, please tell, what did Sita say? So as soon as Hanuman reached, then he met Ramchandra. He narrated entire, you know, he is Ekasantagrahi, means word by word, you know, he would remember everything that she spoke, everything he spoke, everything, you know, like that. Every day Ramchandra would ask, please tell what did Sita say. Hanuman would say, Sita ji, I said like this, Sita ji said like this, I said but Hanuman, again he would ask, Hanuman, what did Sita say? And then again he will narrate. Like that. Then Sita ji said that I have got only 2 months time. Right? Ravanasur gives 2 months, right? 2 months time. After that, I will not be alive. Then Ramchandra was surprised. She can live without me for 2 months. You know, I may die next moment if I don't see Sita. Now that I know that where she is. So Hanumanji asked, you know, why are you asking again and again? Because same thing, you know, there is nothing new, right? There is nothing new. Sometimes, you know, these people, some people they watch this. There is some serial, right? Friends, huh? Again and again they watch it. Seems. Pagal like that. एक ही बात को क्या है, right? Waste of time. But Ramchandra said, this is why I ask, because when you speak about Sita, I feel her presence. Like that. Then there is a party of Sita's party and then Ramchandra's party. You know, Sita is ready to live. She says, I can live without Ramchandra for next 2 months. Then otherwise I will die. But our Ramchandra is greater than Sita. His love for Sita is greater than Sita's love, because he says, I cannot live even for a moment. So our party is big. Like that they have a fight in Shiva Vaishnavas. And then the party of Shitas, they retorted, saying that The qualities of Sita are so high that Ramchandra cannot live with even for a moment. So our part is great. Like that they have, friendly fights. Like that. So that was, anyway, so many pastimes are there. We'll stop. Tomorrow, there is one Mataji, Shubhangi Mataji ka ghar pe, Chandan Yatra. Please, all of you, new people, all of you, please come in near, what is that? Infinity Mall. You know? Infinity Mall?